Long before the gleaming skyscrapers of modern Singapore pierced the sky, the island was known by another name: Temasek, the sea town. Its story has always been intertwined with gold, a precious metal that flowed through the region like the currents of the Malacca Strait. Even before coins were a common sight, gold was a symbol of power, wealth, and spiritual significance. The early inhabitants of this land didn't need perfectly round coins to understand its value. They saw it in the shimmering dust panned from rivers, in the intricate jewelry worn by royalty, and in the small, rough nuggets that traders from distant lands brought to their shores. This was a time when gold was more than just money. It was a raw, tangible piece of the Earth's magic. The ancient maritime empires that held sway over Southeast Asia, like the Srivijaya and Majapahit, created a vibrant network of trade that connected India, China, and the Malay archipelago. Temasek, with its strategic location, was a key stopping point in this bustling network. Merchants arrived on their ships, their holds filled with silks, spices, and ceramics. In return, they sought the region's treasures, and gold was high on their list. Gold dust, carefully weighed in small pouches, was a common medium of exchange. It was a universal currency, understood by people who spoke different languages and worshipped different gods. The value was in the metal itself, pure and simple, making it a trusted way to conduct business across vast and diverse cultures. The local artisans of the time were masters of their craft, transforming raw gold into breathtaking objects. Archaeological discoveries in the region have unearthed stunning gold artifacts, from intricate rings and bracelets to ceremonial daggers and religious ornaments. These pieces were not just for adornment, they were powerful symbols of a person's status and connection to the divine. A ruler adorned in gold was not just wealthy, they were seen as blessed, their authority shining as brightly as the metal they wore. This deep cultural connection to gold meant that its value was ingrained in the society. It was a treasure to be passed down through generations, a store of wealth that held its worth far better than any perishable goods. So, while you wouldn't find a mint producing gold coins in ancient Temasek, gold was everywhere. It was in the hands of traders, in the workshops of craftsmen, and in the palaces of kings. This early history set the stage for Singapore's future relationship with the precious metal. It established a deep-rooted understanding of gold as a stable and valuable asset, a safe haven in a world of constant change. This perception would endure through centuries of trade, colonization, and conflict, shaping how the people of Singapore would view and use gold, long before the first official Singaporean gold coin was ever struck. When Sir Stamford Raffles arrived in 1819, he saw the immense potential of Singapore's natural harbor. He established a trading post for the British East India Company, and the island's destiny was changed forever. Singapore rapidly grew into a thriving port, a crossroads of global trade, where merchants from all corners of the world came to do business. This influx of people brought with it a confusing mix of currencies: Spanish silver dollars, Indian rupees, Dutch guilders, and Chinese cash coins all circulated at the same time. It was a chaotic but functional system, reflecting the port's cosmopolitan nature. The primary goal was to facilitate trade, and silver, being more abundant and practical for daily transactions, became the metal of choice. During this British colonial period, the focus was on standardizing the currency to make commerce smoother and more efficient. The British introduced the Straits dollar in the 19th century, a silver coin that became the official currency for the Straits settlements, which included Singapore, Penang, and Malacca. The monetary system was built around silver and later, paper money tied to the British pound sterling. There was simply no practical or economic reason for the British administration to mint special gold coins for a small colonial outpost like Singapore. Gold coins were the preserve of great empires and major economies used for large international settlements, not for buying goods in the local markets of a distant port. The absence of locally minted gold coins did not mean gold was absent from Singapore. On the contrary, the island's burgeoning wealth meant that gold, in other forms, was more present than ever. Wealthy merchants, both local and foreign, continued to trade in gold bullion. Goldsmiths and jewelers thrived, crafting beautiful pieces for a growing clientele who saw gold as the ultimate store of value. People saved their wealth in the form of gold bars, jewelry, and ornaments. This was their personal insurance policy, a tangible asset completely separate from the colonial government's official currency. It was a private affair, a tradition passed down from their ancestors. So, while the official currency system of colonial Singapore was based on silver and paper, a parallel economy, based on gold, flourished just beneath the surface. The British provided the framework for trade with their standardized currency, but the people themselves held on to the age-old belief in gold. They understood that the value of colonial paper money could change at the whim of a distant government in London, but the value of the gold they held in their hands was universal and enduring. This mindset would prove to be incredibly important when the stability of the British Empire was shattered by the outbreak of war. The arrival of the Japanese Imperial Army in February 1942 marked the beginning of one of the darkest chapters in Singapore's history. The British surrender shattered the myth of colonial invincibility and plunged the island, renamed Sion To, or Light of the South, into a period of extreme hardship and fear. One of the first things the Japanese military administration did was take control of the monetary system. They replaced the British Straits dollar with their own currency. This new money was known, colloquially, as banana money, because of the banana tree design printed on the $10 notes. The Japanese printed vast quantities of this currency to pay for their war expenses. This new currency was not backed by gold or any other valuable asset. It was simply military scrip, paper money whose value was enforced by the power of the occupying army. As the Japanese printed more and more banana money, it quickly lost its value. Hyperinflation set in, and prices for basic necessities like rice and tapioca skyrocketed. A bag of rice that cost a few dollars before the war soon cost thousands of dollars in banana money. The currency became almost worthless. People had to carry huge bundles of notes just to buy simple groceries. This experience taught the local population a harsh but valuable lesson. Fiat currency, backed by nothing but a promise, could become worthless overnight. Faced with a collapsing currency, people turned to the one thing they knew they could trust: gold. The gold jewelry, bars, and ornaments that families had saved for generations suddenly became their lifeline. It was a time of great fear and uncertainty, so this gold was not used for lavish spending. Instead, it was hidden away, buried in backyards, concealed in walls, or sewn into the lining of clothes. People would only dare to trade a tiny piece of gold on the black market in the most desperate of circumstances, perhaps to get medicine or a small amount of food for their starving families. Gold became the ultimate tool for survival. The Japanese occupation reinforced the deep-seated cultural belief in gold as a safe haven. While the official banana money became a symbol of oppression and economic collapse, gold represented hope, security, and the promise of a future. When the war finally ended in 1945, the banana money was declared completely worthless, and those who had held on to it lost everything. But those who had managed to preserve their gold found that they still possessed real, tangible wealth. This powerful collective memory would shape Singapore's attitude towards money and savings for decades to come, creating a strong foundation for the nation's future economic prudence. After the turmoil of the Second World War, Singapore returned to British rule. The post-war years were a period of rebuilding, but also one of growing political awakening. The desire for self-governance grew stronger, leading Singapore to join the Federation of Malaysia in 1963. During this brief union, Singapore used the Malayan dollar, the common currency for the region. However, deep political and economic differences soon emerged, and on August 9, 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia to become a fully independent and sovereign nation. This sudden independence presented the new republic with a host of challenges, and one of the most urgent was the need to create its own national currency. For the first 2 years of its independence, Singapore continued to use the common currency it shared with Malaysia and Brunei as part of a currency interchangeability agreement. This was a practical, temporary measure while the new government worked to build the institutions needed for a modern economy. The leadership, under Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew and Finance Minister Dr. Goh Keng Swee, knew that a unique national currency was a vital symbol of sovereignty. It was a way to declare to the world, and to its own people, that Singapore was now in control of its own destiny. The creation of a new currency was a top priority for the Board of Commissioners of Currency. Singapore, was established in 1967. On June 12, 1967, a historic moment arrived. Singapore issued its first ever series of notes and coins. This was a moment of immense national pride. The new coins, known as the first series, featured designs that celebrated the nation's connection to the sea and its aspirations for the future. The coins were minted in denominations of 1, 5, 10, 20, and 50 cents, as well as a $1 coin. These were circulation coins, designed for everyday use by the public. They were made from practical, durable metals like bronze and cupro-nickel. At this stage, there was no plan for a gold coin for the general public, as the nation's focus was on building a stable economy from the ground up. The designs of these first coins were simple, yet powerful. They featured marine animals, such as a seahorse, a swordfish, and a lionfish, reflecting Singapore's identity as an island nation dependent on the sea for its livelihood and connection to the world. On the other side of each coin was the Singapore coat of arms, surrounded by the word Singapore in the nation's 4 official languages: English, Malay, Mandarin, and Tamil. This was a clear statement of the country's multiracial and multicultural identity. These coins were more than just money. They were a daily reminder to every citizen of their shared identity and the new nation they were building together. While the first series of circulation coins met the daily needs of the people, the Singaporean government had something more symbolic in mind. To mark the momentous occasion of issuing its own currency in 1967, the BCCS also decided to mint a very special set of coins. This set would include Singapore's first ever official gold coins. These were not intended for buying groceries. They were created to be treasured keepsakes, symbols of the nation's birth and its high aspirations. The decision to issue gold coins was a bold statement of confidence. It signaled that, despite its small size and lack of natural resources, the new republic was built on a foundation of strength and stability. The design of these first gold coins was deeply meaningful. They were part of a larger proof set that included the regular circulation coins, but the gold pieces were the stars of the show. The most prominent coin in this inaugural gold collection was a $150 coin. The choice of this unusual denomination made it clear that this was no ordinary piece of money. The design featured the new coat of arms of Singapore on one side. On the reverse, it showcased a powerful and dynamic image of a lion, a symbol that is, deeply connected to Singapore's identity. The name Singapura means Lion City in Malay, and this design was a proud roar, announcing the nation's arrival on the world stage. The minting of these first gold coins was a milestone. It connected the modern independent nation of Singapore back to the region's ancient history with the precious metal. For centuries, gold had been a private store of wealth, a treasure hidden away from the eyes of colonial rulers or wartime invaders. Now, for the first time, gold was being used by the state itself to create an official national symbol. These coins were offered to the public as collector's items. They represented an opportunity for citizens to own a piece of their country's history, cast in the most precious of metals. It was a way to share in the nation's success and to hold a tangible symbol of its bright future. The release was a huge success. The demand for these first gold coins was strong, both locally and from international collectors who were intrigued by this new, determined nation. The coins were beautifully crafted and came in special presentation boxes, further highlighting their status as premium collectibles. They were not just investments in gold, they were investments in the Singapore story. By issuing these gold coins in the very first year of its new currency, Singapore demonstrated its understanding of the power of symbols. It was a masterful move that blended financial prudence with a deep sense of national pride, setting the standard for all future commemorative coins. The success of the first gold coins in 1967 established a new tradition for Singapore. The Monetary Authority of Singapore, or MS, which took over the currency issuing function in later years, realized that gold coins were a perfect way to mark the nation's most important milestones. They were more than just collectibles. They were, in fact, historical documents cast in precious metal. Throughout the 1970s and 80s, Singapore continued this practice, releasing special commemorative gold coins to celebrate significant anniversaries and events. These releases allowed the nation to tell its own story, chapter by chapter, in the beautiful and enduring language of gold. One of the most significant early commemorative issues was in 1975. To celebrate the 10th anniversary of Singapore's independence, a series of gold coins was released. These coins featured designs that reflected the nation's progress and achievements over its first decade. Themes of industry, housing, and education were often depicted, showcasing the rapid development that was transforming the island. For example, a coin might feature a stylized image of a modern port, or a high-rise public housing block. These designs were a source of immense pride for Singaporeans, a visual representation of how far they had come in such a short time. Each new gold coin issue became a highly anticipated event. As Singapore continued to prosper, the occasions for celebration grew. Gold coins were minted to mark the 25th anniversary of independence in 1990, a major milestone that was celebrated with great fanfare. They were also used to commemorate international events hosted by Singapore, such as major financial conferences or sporting events, which helped to raise the nation's profile on the global stage. The designs became more sophisticated over time, incorporating intricate details and symbolic imagery. The merlion, a mythical creature with the head of a lion and the body of a fish, became a recurring and beloved motif, representing Singapore's origins as a fishing village and its Lion City identity. These commemorative gold coins were always issued in limited numbers, which made them highly sought after by collectors. They were minted to the highest quality standards with mirror-like backgrounds and frosted detailed designs. Each coin or set was presented in an elegant box, accompanied by a certificate of authenticity that provided details about the coin specifications and the event it commemorated. This careful attention to quality and presentation elevated them from simple pieces of metal to works of numismatic art. They became treasured heirlooms, passed down through families as a golden record of the nation's journey. As the global market for gold evolved, many countries began to issue mass-market bullion coins. These coins, like the South African Krugerrand, the Canadian Maple Leaf, or the American Eagle, are produced in large quantities. Their value is tied directly to the daily market price of gold, with only a small premium added for manufacturing and distribution. They are designed primarily for investors who want a simple and convenient way to own physical gold. It would seem natural for a major financial hub like Singapore to issue its own bullion coin. However, Singapore has consistently chosen a different path, focusing its efforts on limited edition numismatic collectibles rather than mass-produced bullion. This decision is rooted in Singapore's unique economic philosophy and its understanding of the gold market. The Singapore government has always maintained a free and open market for gold. Investors in Singapore can easily buy and sell bullion bars and coins from all over the world without heavy taxes or restrictions. The government saw no need to compete in this crowded global market by creating its own mass-market bullion coin. Instead, it recognized a more specialized niche where it could excel: the creation of high-quality, artistically significant coins for collectors. This approach allows the monetary authority of Singapore to add significant value beyond the raw price of the gold. The value of a Singaporean commemorative gold coin comes from several factors. First, there is the intrinsic value of the gold itself, but more importantly, there is the numismatic value, which is driven by rarity, historical significance, and artistic merit. By producing only a limited montage for each design, the MS creates scarcity from the very beginning. A coin celebrating a key moment in the nation's history, for example, carries a story that a generic bullion coin does not. This narrative appeal is a powerful driver for collectors who appreciate the history and craftsmanship embodied in the coin. This focus on collectible art pieces also aligns with Singapore's broader ambition to be a center for wealth management and luxury goods. The nation's gold coins are positioned as premium products, much like high-end watches or fine art. They appeal to a discerning buyer who is looking for more than just a store of value. They are seeking beauty, exclusivity, and a connection to the Singapore story. This strategy has been highly successful, creating a strong and loyal following for Singaporean numismatic issues around the world. It is a classic Singaporean approach, identifying a high-value niche and dominating it through quality and excellence. Today, Singapore's gold coins continue to be shining examples of national pride and exquisite craftsmanship. The Monetary Authority of Singapore releases new series of coins each year, often tied to themes that resonate deeply with the nation's identity and culture. One of the most popular and enduring series is the Singapore Lunar Zodiac Collection. Every year, a new set of coins is issued featuring the animal sign of the Chinese zodiac for that year. These coins are incredibly popular, not just with collectors, but also with the general public, who buy them as auspicious gifts for newborns or as lucky charms for the Lunar New Year. The designs of these modern gold coins are a beautiful blend of tradition and innovation. They continue to feature powerful national symbols. The lion, representing courage and strength, remains a key motif. The mythical merlion is also a frequent star, its image instantly recognizable as a symbol of Singapore itself. In recent years, the designs have also paid tribute to Singapore's status as a city in nature, with coins featuring delicate orchids, lush botanic gardens and native wildlife. These themes reflect a modern, forward-looking nation that values its natural heritage as much as its economic success. The attention to detail in the engraving and minting process is exceptional, making each coin a miniature masterpiece. The packaging and presentation of these coins have also become an integral part of their appeal. Modern Singaporean gold coins are not simply handed over in a plastic sleeve. They are encased in meticulously designed display boxes, often with intricate patterns and luxurious finishes. Each coin comes with a numbered certificate of authenticity, which verifies its limited montage, weight and purity. This complete package transforms the act of buying a coin into a premium experience. It reinforces the idea that you are acquiring not just a piece of gold, but a carefully curated work of art that tells a story. This commitment to quality and storytelling ensures that Singapore's gold coins remain highly desirable. They are a tangible way for Singaporeans, both at home and abroad, to connect with their national identity. Owning one of these coins is like owning a small piece of the Singaporean dream. It is a symbol of the nation's journey from a small trading post to a global metropolis. The designs celebrate the country's unique multicultural heritage, its stunning urban landscape, and its relentless drive for progress. They are, in every sense, symbols of a nation's soul, beautifully captured in pure gold. The story of gold coins in Singapore is a reflection of the nation's own remarkable journey. It is a tale that begins in ancient times, with gold dust and jewelry flowing through a vibrant trading hub. It moves through the colonial era, a time when gold was a private treasure, held separately from the official currency of empire. It survives the dark years of war, where gold became a hidden tool for survival, its value proven while paper money turned to dust. This long and rich history created a deep cultural appreciation for gold, setting the stage for the modern chapter of Singapore's gold story. The birth of the Republic in 1965 brought with it the birth of a new currency, and in 1967, the first official Singaporean gold coins. This was a pivotal moment. The government was no longer an outside force, it was the people's own government, and it used gold to mint symbols of national pride and confidence. From that first lion coin, a tradition was born. For over half a century, Singapore has used limited edition gold coins to commemorate its anniversaries, to celebrate its achievements, and to share its culture with the world. These coins serve as a golden timeline of the nation's progress, each one marking a step forward in the Singapore story. Today, these coins hold a special place in the hearts of collectors and citizens alike. They possess a dual value. Legally, they are tender, but their face value is purely symbolic. A $100 gold coin, for instance, contains gold worth many times that amount. Its true value lies in the combination of its precious metal content and its numismatic worth. This collector value is driven by rarity, beauty, and historical significance. A coin from an early low-mintage series can be worth a significant sum on the secondary market, making it both a beautiful object and a sound investment. Ultimately, Singapore's gold coins are more than just money or metal. They are a legacy cast in gold. They represent the stability, foresight, and pursuit of excellence that define the nation. From the ancient traders of Temasek to the modern collectors of today, the allure of gold has been a constant thread in the Singaporean tapestry. By choosing to create works of numismatic art rather than mass-market bullion, Singapore has carved a unique and prestigious niche for itself. These gleaming coins will continue to tell the story of a small island with a big heart, a nation that has truly forged its own golden destiny.